think about the people that traveled from other countries to come to America, like the Pilgrims. Once their families left, they didn't hear from them for a long time, maybe years or a couple years. Didn't know if they survived or not, until they would get a letter. And then think about the people that got on the covered wagon from the East Coast, went to the West. They didn't hear anything until they get to a town. Maybe they could send a letter, or they could send a wire. Now, when my mom and dad were married, my dad went into the war, and my mom would not hear from him that much because he would move around quite a bit. So she would send letters, and he might wait until he might get the letters all at once, get 7 letters that he hadn't heard from her in a couple months. And same with her. And then when their neighbor would get a wire, a telegram, everybody would get worried, and because it usually was bad news during World War II. And my mom said they would see the wireless guy, the telegram, drive around to their neighborhood, and she said they would just hold their breath, praying he wasn't coming up to their driveway until he went on by, and then they could take sigh of relief, and then they'd feel bad about whoever was getting the telegram. We wrote letters to people. We wrote every letter out, and people would write us letters, and we did that for a long time. I remember one time my granddaughter and I were visiting back in Kansas in a drugstore, and we saw this stationery, and we both said, you know what, we should do that, because she had moved up to Iowa. We were down in Texas, and so we became pen pals. I would write her a letter, then she would write us a letter. And those are nice keepsakes. You can keep these letters. And I have letters that I wrote my mom years ago, and cards. I can't throw away a card somebody sent us. And over 60 years, you have a lot of cards and a lot of letters. And I've kept as many as I can and over the years, so it's really nice. But you can't really keep a text. And so